Hey, good afternoon, beautiful people. Welcome to today's live. I'm going to talk with you about how to heal relationships, how to elevate or separate whatever relationship you're in. I'm actually walking our dog Elvis around in the park. We're having a blast. I'm just going to let him run around in the background while I chat with you about my story and steps that you can take to feel good, since your relationships actually correlate with the quality of your life and also with your health, right? People that have positive relationships tend to have better health outcomes, and it's actually a very strong predictor of longevity, how many years you are on this planet and the quality of those years. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Luke and I coach executives to get fit and loved while making money. And today I wanted to start off by explaining that before I healed relationships, including the relationship that I have with myself, the most important relationship that you have, right? I surrounded myself with a lot of toxic people, right? People that did not love me for me, who made fun of me. And I also attracted people that did not treat me to my highest regard, right? And so that's really changed since I've been teaching others how to treat me through my words, through my actions, through how I treat my body, right? Through going on walks like what I'm doing and doing yoga and all those great things. I want to know, what challenges are you facing and what's worked for you, baby? We're going to go deeper into this tomorrow at the love session, by the way, and breath work, meditation, beyond. So the first step, if you're having a conflict with someone, is to actually strike when the iron is cold, okay? So do not have those really hard discussions when you're both really upset, since you're in fight or flight mode, so it might make it a lot harder to talk about the things that you're disagreeing about, and to also recognize your fighting style, right? So I'm more of a venter and I'm a hider, so I will sometimes want to talk to people about that conflict right when it happens, whereas other people may want to hide away and think about it, and that's okay. Just give them that time to reflect. Talk with your partner about it. Number 3, some people explode. So if you're an exploder, or your partner, the person you have a relationship with, kind of blames you immediately, that's a sign that you may need to get some outside therapy, a counselor, someone who can mediate this relationship, okay? Next, when you're talking with someone about a conflict you have, like, I know I've been made fun of for how I speak, I've also been called names. It's important to talk about what you feel, not what you think, right? So actually use we statements. And so when you say, like, we need to work on this together, it's more likely that you'll come to a solution than if you tell them that they need to change, that they're the only one that's the problem in the relationship, okay? So use those we statements when you're talking to them. Last but not least, come to a commitment. So this creates a changed behavior, right? And if the other person is unwilling to commit, then this may be a sign that you need some outside resources. You may need a mediator or a therapist to come into the game. Now, I wanted to add that sometimes it's valuable for you to separate from that relationship, okay? And to actually going deeper. If there's any form of abuse in the relationship, abuse is a deal breaker, okay? So that means that you'll need to focus on your safety, right? It's not about how we can fix it. It's about how you can get out of that relationship. So that next step, if there's physical abuse, emotional abuse, they're stalking you, there's digital abuse, there's also something called financial abuse, right? If any of those forms of abuse are showing up in the relationship, it's important for you to actually find a way out. Hey, good afternoon, how's it going? And to create boundaries, right? And so there's actually a hotline I'm going to drop in the comments below if you're experiencing some form of abuse. But it's important to separate from that person and to go to positive people, right? And to also know that if you're questioning your reality, if you've been gaslighted, not only that, if you've been insulted, right? Those are signs that you need to separate from this person so that you can heal, right? And it doesn't have to be forever. So in my own story, in people that have been abusive in different ways, some of them we've loved each other from a distance and we've stayed apart forever. Some we have just stayed apart for a couple of months and then we come back later on in the game. So it's important to give yourself that space to heal and to also, of course, work on the most valuable thing that you have. There is also a pathway to elevation that I can share more about, where you actually heal those relationship issues that you've been facing and eventually appreciate the quirks that other person has. So I want to know what works for you in healing relationships, like what's helped you mend those relationships, including the relationship with yourself. I know for me, it's helped me stay sober for over 2 years in working on these relationships and confronting the issues that we faced rather than simply always avoiding them, right? And giving myself space to heal and just being around good people. Because now in my life, I've just been attracting such high vibration people. And I just went and saw one of my amazing clients earlier this morning, and she's been vibrating so much higher, putting in all the work. So I want to know, how are you pouring into yourself? How are you treating yourself well? Also, if you're interested in going deeper into your healing journey to attract all your desires and so much more, come to the love session tomorrow at noon. It's going to be fire, y'all. We're going to be doing some meditation, breath work, and more journaling. And if nothing else, if you feel like you need to heal, you need to love yourself right now, I invite you to actually free write and write yourself a love letter for your healing journey, okay? Since we often treat others with compassion, but we don't treat ourselves with that same love and compassion and allow ourselves to be human. Since when you love yourself, that's when you take the most risks. That's when you go for your dreams and live your purpose, y'all. So I'm sending you all light, love, and happiness from Balboa Park here in San Diego. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to hear your greatest takeaway in the comments below. See you tomorrow at noon Pacific, and have a gorgeous, beautiful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.